Welcome to the very first episode of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, Transforming Nigerian Roads. The program is about the transformation that you would have seen on Nigerian roads since the president came to power and decided that something must be done about the deplorable state of our roads. The question is, has he lived up to expectations? To be able to make up your mind, ladies and gentlemen, please sit back, relax, and enjoy this very interesting and informative program. My name is Peter Orinan, and you are watching Parrot Show.
Road infrastructural provision is one of the foremost prides of a nation. Good and standard roads are fundamental to the socio-economic development of any country. Over the years, these roads were left unattended to. They were neither maintained nor reconstructed. You could hardly see the construction of new roads in the country for a long time before 2011. Consequently, these unacceptable neglect led to road failures and eventually deteriorated to an embarrassing and deplorable situation. Potholes, accidents, traffic gridlock, breakdown of economic activities in most parts of the country, and an almost total disinterestedness in farming due to the difficulties of accessing and transporting their farm produce became the reality, unfortunately. It was indeed a difficult and challenging time for everyone. This new undesirable reality remained until 2011, when President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration came to power and decided that something had to be done to arrest the intolerable and reprehensible situation.
We are going to intervene. I don't think as a responsible government we can continue to allow Nigerians to suffer.
He immediately introduced total transformation to our decaying social and economic infrastructures. The road transformation agenda was put under the leadership of architect Mike Onolememe, a visionary and selfless leader that has since acquired the pet name the Bulldozer, because of his passion to actualize the transformation vision of the President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan administration. He has since turned the country into a construction site that is paving way for a total rebirth of the nation's abandoned and awful roads. Nigerian roads are once again bringing us joy and happiness. Economic and socio-cultural activities are picking up everywhere in the country. The nation's tourism potential that was almost dead is assuming a new meaning and a new image. All these are possible because our roads are getting better and the citizenry are better off for it, thanks to the road transformation agenda. Looking at where we are coming from and where we are now, one can only conclude that better days are here again. The Benin-Ore-Shagamu and the Kano-Maiduguri roads are two key arterial roads that personify the road transformation agenda of the President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration. Benin-Ore-Shagamu road, like the Kano-Maiduguri road, were once the pride of the nation, but deteriorated so badly that they became the embarrassment of the country and frustration of Nigerians.
It's affecting us very, very well. Could you imagine, I build a store here, just to be selling here, and we have a park. And some people, our customers used to stay at the roads for 2-3 days. They will not be here. Some will sleep. They will tell you that there's no road.
The situation in these roads today embodies all that the road transformation agenda is all about. Roads, where people used to spend days before getting to their destinations, now take hours to ply. The joy of Nigerians over the transformation on these roads can be best captured by the enthusiasm of these Nigerians, both here in Nigeria and in diaspora.
I happen to be a driver about 20 years ago, and this is the only road I am moving on, from here to Fortiskum, Maiduguri, Damati. And before the arrival of this company, the contractors, that is Mothercat, the road was so bad, was totally bad. before you reach Fortiskum from Azare here, you will spend at least 3 hours before you reach Fortiskum. So therefore, when you load for Fortiskum from here, or Meduguri, you will spend a day from here to Meduguri. And the damages is from here to Fortiskum. But now, 45 minutes, you enter Fortiskum. So we actually appreciate this road. The road is good, it's perfectly good.
I'm very happy that federal government remember us for Ondo State. Because 3 years ago, from Ondo State, nobody will pass Ondo State. It's worst and hostility. So, this as they remember us now for federal government, Almighty Jesus, He will bless them. And that the God Almighty, He shall locate federal government because they do Ondo State Road very nice. Painting, do everything. Even though you carry machine, no, that you carry motor, feel like husband with the beds. That's what they do themselves. Feel. So I'm very happy on it that Jesus Christ will create heaven and earth. He shall provide for every one of them. He shall give them long life forever and ever in the name of Jesus.
The celebration of the new Benin-Ore-Shagamu Road is not just by Nigerians in Nigeria alone. Nigerians in diaspora are doing exactly the same thing. Young Nigerian girls in Republic of Ireland, while contesting for the Miss Nigeria Ireland crown, used the opportunity to celebrate the new state of the Benin-Ore-Shagamu Road.
The ongoing transformation of the Benin-Ore-Shagamu Expressway is imperative to have functioning roads in places like Nigeria, which are a developing society. Okay, I want to talk to you about, first of all, how this came about. It was sanctioned by the Honorable Mr. Mike Onole Meme, and was also funded by the Subsidy Reinvestment Program by Nigeria from the Ministry of Works. Okay, now I want to talk to you about from a macro and a micro basis, because you know we have to talk about that, obviously. From a macro basis, okay? Multinational companies and Nigerian indigenous businesses realize that they want to actually site on good roads, because you know good roads entice companies. Okay? They're sure that if they have a cargo, will actually get to the planned destination. And when Mr. Mike Onole Meme was deciding that he wanted to build it, okay, he decided that he wanted people and businesses to trade, especially on an interstate basis, which is why the expressway was needed. Now, let's talk about the ordinary people like us, okay, on a micro basis. On a micro basis, okay, Edo State farmers use the expressway, the Benin-Ore-Shagamu Expressway, to travel along to places like Lagos, so they can sell the produce, which is like yam, and they can come back home and sell things they bought from Lagos to people they know. Also, people from places like Ore, they can use the expressway to sell to people like tourist and construction site workers, the produce they have. Now, all this information is very important to me. I realized that Nigeria, all these stereotypes and things we hear about Nigeria, like, you have to actually look and see that there's things happening in Nigeria. People like the Federal Ministry of Works are actually doing something there, okay? So, like, we shouldn't just listen about the things we hear, like, oh, it's just bad there. That is where we're from, and we must be proud of where we're from. And I know I am proud of where I am from, okay? So, thank you. So that is why the Benin-Ore-Shagamu Expressway is so important. Thank you very much. Good night.
The completion of the dualization of the national arterial highways would have brought to reality the dream of the transformer President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the possibility of Nigerians being able to travel in an unknown chain of dual carriageway round the country. One will be able to travel from Kano down to Kaduna, Abuja, Edo, Lagos, Ibadan, Ilorin, back to Abuja or Edo to Onitsha, Enugu, Abia to Owerri, non-stop without branching off the dual carriageway.
Recently, precisely on February 14, 2013, we flagged off the dualization project on the outstanding section of Arterial Road A2, which will mean that very soon Nigerians will be able to travel from one part of the country to another in an unbroken chain of dual carriageway.
It's a very good development where so we get. So before start construction this road, at least 10 years back, we are suffering more than where we are now. Because before from from Kano to Bilkachua, about 220 kilometers or 200 plus kilometers, you spend up to 10 hours before reaching Kano. So now we get a very good development. Highest is 5 hours just to convey your good your items from Kano to here. So in that through that way, our businesses and the other something all we are come forward. So we thank a lot to the federal government to decide to make this road the dual carriageway from Kano down to Maiduguri. So we are happy with that one.
Reduction in accident cases in most of our roads is due to the construction, maintenance, rehabilitation and reconstruction by the Federal Ministry of Works. Accidents on our main roads was at the time becoming the norm due to bad roads. But the dualization and continuous maintenance is bringing a new experience to motorists and commuters on our roads. Much will be achieved if drivers understand that roads are to be driven on and not to be flown upon. Some drivers are ignorant to the rules of the roads. They are impatient and always in a haste while driving on our roads.
This road is fine and it's helped us well because before, so accidents too much. So because the road is too tight. So as we are doing, so as you say, it's very good and it's very important for we Okada.
It's helping us very, very well because we are going freely. You understand?
There's no much accident,
no much accident like that again.
Thank God for the provision of this road. Federal government has tried a lot. First and foremost, it has reduced accidents dramatically. Before I was witnessing, you stay like this, you see road safety carrying cups as if they are carrying beds. Now, it has reduced completely.
Yes, the accident had actually reduced drastically. Head-on collision is not going to happen again.
The accidents here, oh God, I can't even imagine what is happening here. Understand? Because people is dying here every day. Every blessed day you'll be seeing a lot of accidents. Understand?
The number of accidents that we used to have on this road had drastically reduced, which we can also confirm from the road safety. This section was a very bad section before this construction, and it used to be called the funnel of blood between here and the Abaji, because that is where you used to have most accidents. But with the improvements on the road, with the completion of this section of the road, the number of accidents has drastically reduced.